So
moving on.
Next conference was Microsoft.
First of the
HoloLens.
console conferences.
HoloLens was the best part.
Sorry, what was that?
HoloLens.
Oh man.
That is impressive technology.
Yeah, you texted me when they're doing the Minecraft thing on the table. Was your text like just holy shit?
I was just like I said I was awestruck.
Yeah, and Nick is not a fan of Microsoft.
No, I'm a
so for him to say he's awestruck by something, that's pretty impressive.
Now at the same time, I'm not saying I want it. It's just that I'm actually impressed. Yeah. I'm impressed with that.
No, they had a good conference for sure.
They had a good conference from a technological standpoint. I don't really remember like any new exclusive they've announced. Like they showed the new Tomb Raider, but I think we all know that's timed. Unless it isn't, because I haven't heard anything about it being timed in a while. But they showed the new Gears of War game, which it kind of looks like Gears of War 3. It did not look
fun to me at all.
It looked like Gears of War 3, and I don't like Gears of War 3. I don't really like Gears of War in general, but
it didn't look like unique at all to me.
I could understand
it just looked like standard survival horror crap. Like it just didn't have anything that stood out.
I don't really care if it stands out. What I care about is of course, if it stands out, it's going to be cooler. But if it looks like a solid, fun experience, then I'm all up and for it.
But Gears of War is supposed to be more than that for Microsoft, though. It's not supposed to be just a solid experience. It's supposed to be one of their flagship series.
Yeah, and
you want a flagship series to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Like Uncharted, for example. Yeah. It doesn't remind you of anything. You know you're watching Uncharted. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That their set piece, like how they haven't really topped their set pieces since 2. The
worm thing?
Not the worm. In Uncharted 2.
That's like the only thing I remember.
No. Uncharted 2.
Oh,
not Gears of War 2.
Okay.
But we're getting off track. I'm going to talk about Uncharted once we get to the conference.
Yeah.
The Sony conference. But Gears of War looks okay. Looks okay. I'm sure Gears of War fans are going to like it.
That's the thing with saying that, and it just reinforced that I really don't need an Xbox One. They revealed, like you said, the tech stuff. Yeah. They said the tech stuff was great. Yeah. And then the games were not really inspiring. So
games were CG trailers.
If they can get some, for me, games that appeal to me, I don't know. It'd be very. It changed my mind entirely about what they've been doing. But they took a huge step forward with that conference.
They showed Halo 5, and if you're into Halo 5...
They just showed the stuff we thought we'd see, basically.
Yeah. Nothing really new showed with Halo 5. Nothing new, really. Nothing new. They showed a collection of the rare games, which won't have... Well,
that was cool. That was actually cool, though.
That was cool, but you're not going to get GoldenEye, and you're definitely not going to get Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. Unless we're able to reskin all the characters, no one's getting Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, no. If it was on Nintendo, it would probably be a better collection, no question.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies. I bet you want to play that, don't you?
Yeah, I want to get grabbed by the Ghoulies, no question.
This is something though that Sony would have announced before the show and just thrown a YouTube video up to make room.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to showcase an anthology collection on a big stage like that. That was definitely kind of strange.
Because I think it was supposed to lead up to Pirates or whatever, Thieves at the Sea.
Oh, that looked cool though.
That looked cool, but it also kind of looks kind of slow. I forgot about that.
Actually, I completely forgot about it, but it looked cool to me.
It looks cool, but it also looks kind of slow. It looks like a very slow game.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but we'll see when the game comes out what other people think about it.
Yeah, to me, I actually forgot about that somehow.
It shows how memorable it is.
I guess.
What they showed in that trailer were people just kind of slowly walking around. They showed some ship combat,
but you got a sense of the scope of what you can do in the game.
Yeah,
though. I think that's what they're trying to do, and to me, it looked like you could do quite a lot. The game looks cool.
Let's see what's going on with that. I am interested, despite my cynicism about it.
What else? The backwards compatibility we got to talk about.
That's cool, but it kind of looked bad. when they showed it on the screen, Mass Effect 1 didn't look all that good.
Well, maybe it's... Are you sure it's not just because Mass Effect 1's kind of old?
I don't know. Like, the frame rate looked pretty bad.
Well, it's not done yet.
Well,
right? Like, it's not coming out for a little while,
okay.
so...
It could be that, like, let's hope it's a perfect transition.
And Sony's not doing it. They have no plans.
No.
I read a quote said, we have no plans, basically, for it, and it's really... Because it's really hard. So that's probably why it doesn't look that good, is because it's really hard to do. So they're probably close, but just not quite there yet.
Let's hope let's hope for Xbox fans they can perfect that. I'm hoping Sony will continue to improve PlayStation Now as a
they need to add older titles, man.
Yeah,
PS3 titles just aren't that exciting.
It's still I guess their excuse is they're still in beta, but come on, guys, throw some PS2 RPGs.
When they initially announced it, they didn't they? They announced it would be all.
Yeah, they would have everything.
Yeah. And then they backtracked immediately.
I don't think they said only PlayStation 3. I think they're just doing PlayStation 3.
Well, they keep saying not at this time. There's no plans for older titles.
I haven't seen that. But
we'll go back to Google.
I don't want to go back to Google. I'm just gonna take your word for it.
That's dangerous. That's very dangerous.
I'm gonna take your word for it. And
I know we're called Project Candid, but that's pretty dangerous. But I'm pretty sure that they said there's no plans for PlayStation 1 at this time or something.
Anyway,
and that's what I want the most. So it's frustrating for me.
Maybe Gamescom might have some information on PlayStation Now.
Well, if anything, I'm hoping Microsoft backwards compatibility move will spur them forward to do even more with the PlayStation Now. That's my hope. Because the other thing, I think streaming. I don't know I'm not totally familiar with how the ins and outs of streaming work, but streaming older games should be faster and easier than new ones, right?
Yeah.
Because less to stream, so... Yeah, I don't know. That's what I want. I want PlayStation 1 titles. That's what I want. I want nostalgia. I don't have nostalgia for Mass Effect 3 yet, or whatever. It's just...
This is the first Mass Effect. But they showed some indies, but I'm pretty sure we have nothing really else to say about the Xbox show.
No, it's good. It's good overall. I came away impressed, and I think they're moving in a direction that makes their console a little more unique, which is very good for them.
I'm gonna have to say 6.5.
I'll give it a 7.